Hey everyone, Terrence Instructor 525 here, and well, you guys know the drill. It is Christmas time, and that means it is time for the annual Christmas presents video for 2020. You know, this year has been a roller coaster, you know, in terms of the pandemic and, just psychologically. But you know what? It's great that we all made it through safely, and we're all here on YouTube and then other platforms, social media, Instagram, Twitter, and you name it, still making quality content to this day. That really says a lot, and I just want to let you guys all know how grateful I am for your support and how grateful I am just to have the ability to constantly share my love of model trains and Thomas the Tank Engine in general with you in general too. So without further ado, let's get right into the products. As you can see, even before I begin, sorry, once again I stumbled on my words there, but even before I begin, you guys can see that I have this year, that's a little bit different. I have all the products laid out in front of you just because, as you know, I'm pretty close to finishing up the new extension, which, by the way, there will be an update very shortly on that. And I just have virtually no room to put these off to the side since the layout's a pretty big mess at the moment. So because of that, I just decided to lay them all here, and we'll go through each one by one. I'll bring it close to the camera, and that's how we'll do it. So without further ado, let's get started. So firstly, I wanted to show this, which is the Bachmann Donald body shell, which I bought from the Bachmann Trains parts store. Now, if you guys remember, the Donald model I had, the cab roof broke. There was a massive chip. And, I got so many comments, people saying oh, you got to get a new body shell, or, man, that just looks too distracting. And you know what? It really bothered me too, especially as the person making these videos. So, I let it go in episode 7, but with episode 9, I decided, I have to get a new Donald body shell, and that's exactly what I did. So, you'll notice too, actually, that what I did do was cut this part of the cab. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just unscrew the existing Donald body shell and just, switch body shells? Well, I was experiencing difficulty, actually, with getting the body shell off or whatever, and I got all the screws out, but it almost seemed as if, the body shell was either glued on or mounted on to the point where, if I really wanted to yank it off, I might do damage to the model, and then it wouldn't be able to run, and then that would be an even bigger disaster. So I thought of a plan B, which was then to cut half of the cab roof off, perfect, as straight as possible, and then do it to the other existing model that I had, and then just glue on that part of the cab. And I think that when you guys see the model in episode 9, you won't notice that I did that, but that's basically the story with that. In addition, from the Bachmann Trains parts store over here, I got a wire for the Bachmann Thomas power pack for the narrow gauge extension. Basically, the one that I had, the wires were just falling apart, and it just wasn't, when soldering the wires together, they just weren't connecting the way I wanted them to, so I decided to just go into the parts store, and this only cost, from what I remember, $5, $6, $7, so it really wasn't expensive at all, and very happy to have it. Yeah, this is the last thing I need until running the engines. Alright. So now to move on to all these other things here, let's go now to these guys. You guys are probably wondering why I have Earl, Thomas, and Percy here. Well, I'll tell you, for years I've wanted these two models. You guys remember a few years back I made a various Thomas collections video showcasing my Earl collection, and I just did not have Thomas, Percy, or just any of the main engines. And for years, I've seen these, of course, through Leo Kim videos, ever so famous Mad Bomber, and various other YouTubers, and I was like, you know what, I just have to get my hands on one of those. And so thankfully, a good friend of mine, his name is Corey, also known as Plowbender, who was formerly known as Thompson Line. He was doing a giveaway and very, very generously sent me these, and I'm just so grateful to have these finally in my collection. He also sent a very, very nice Christmas card, and Corey, if you're watching this, just thank you so much. These are in great hands. I can tell you right now, I will not ever, do anything stupid, burn these, throw these on the ground, ever. They are safe with me, and I'm just incredibly grateful to finally have them in my collection. So that is Earl, Thomas, and Percy. Alright. Now as you guys can see, I have a lot of Hornby products here too. Actually, maybe you can't see because they're lying flat at the moment, but just in general products from the UK. Here I have a Pecco buffer stop. This will be for the new extension. In addition to that, I have an N scale one. As in season 4, it's interesting because they actually didn't use, you know, the 009 buffer stops, which are a little bit different in design. They actually used the N scale buffers, or basically just standard buffers that would be for HO or standard gauge. So because of that, I decided to go with an N gauge buffer since that would be more accurate to season 4, as that is basically what I'm trying to go for since it's, you know, classic and that's what I like. So that's that. And then I also got a Hornby buffer stop. And just to show you a comparison, you know, this is covered in plaster, but this is why I highly recommend that you guys, you know, paint your ties brown or spray paint them brown. And the same goes with the buffer stops, as they're made out of wood. And, you know, you can see the difference in color there. This is black and this is brown. So that is that. Alright, in addition to that, these are pretty neat. I got these, the Hornby Thomas cable drums. Or excuse me, not Hornby Thomas, just Hornby scale doll in general. And yeah, these are made out of resin, which is always nice. You know, anything resin will catch my eye, and I just want to get just because how realistic and, you know, nice it looks in general. But yeah, very happy to get that. From the same place I got this, the wooden bus shelter. This too is Hornby scale doll and therefore made out of resin. Here's the box came with. And unfortunately this is a discontinued product, but there's still various UK vendors that have it in stock. It's just that, you know, you can't find this in America, unfortunately, so that's that. And then one more wooden garage. So you can never have too many of these. They're pretty small too, so they go well in your land. And I had one, if you guys remember, I think I bought this one for Christmas too a few years back. I had another one here. This one's dated 2014, yet this one is dated 2005. Now, what's interesting is that these are actually two completely different weights. Like this is much heavier. You know, that just goes to show that, you know, resin products can have varying weights. You know, even though they're technically the same product. I painted this brown, by the way. It didn't come brown with the green door. It was initially just like this one, white with the blue door. But yeah, that's that. And let me think. From the same place too, I got in the UK this. This is a Slater's plastic card, which is going to be used for my viaduct. You know, the Rheneas viaduct, as you know, I expanded it in terms of height to make it more accurate to the show. And this is the closest I could find to match the Atlas, so this will just go on the you know, the wooden piers to, you know, match the existing design of stone or brick or whatever it was what they used for the Atlas viaduct. So yeah, and then you'll notice I have one more Pecco backdrop there. I'm not going to take that out, but it's just the mountainous one, the standard one. Just needed one more for the narrow gauge extension. And then we transitioned to Shapeways. Now, I only got 2 Shapeways products just because I was, you know, running out of money quickly and I didn't want to overspend. So I bought a narrow gauge water tower and a second round one. This will also go in by Scarlowy Station in the new extension. And then just one of the walls. And shout out to Elsbridge Productions, as these are his products and they are phenomenal, very accurate to the show, and I'd highly recommend them. So yeah, probably sometime in 2021 I'll definitely get one more of these walls, the barrel and the roof, so I can finally complete the inclined winding house. And that is Shapeways. What's more, this is off to the side, but this is a pretty rare Hornby Thomas product. I got finally the last 3 Circus Fans I needed for from the Hornby Thomas line. I had the 6 other ones, the one from Circus Fan pack number 2, as you guys probably saw a review I did many years ago, the 3 individual ones, the 2 flap beds, the cattle van, which I actually recently bought, and now finally I got very lucky and found an auction for these 3, Circus Fan pack number 1, and I just had to go for it. So There's the one. This is the one I just got, and this is the one I had. You can see there's 2 different packs, and then there's 3 other individual ones. It's quite amazing to me that Hornby made 9 different Circus Fans for their Thomas and Friends line, and it just makes me wonder, when will Bachmann come out with theirs? Because it's really a simple repaint for them. They could just take a ventilated van tooling, and change it up so that they could paint it up so they could match the Circus Fans from the Thomas show. So that is that. Now finally, I got some in the background, 2 packs of pre-made trees. These are deciduous, 6 to 7 inches woodland scenics, medium green and light green. These are from Train World, which I highly recommend. Excellent store. And then from also that place, one more Bachmann Run water tower to go along with Dryer Station. And yeah, that is everything I got for Christmas this year. Thank you guys so much again for watching. It's always fun doing these annual Christmas presents videos. I know I technically lied because I said that last year was going to be the last time I make a video in this location, but you know what? It's such an iconic location as I've been doing videos in this location from the very start, way back in 2013. So thank you guys so much for tuning in as usual. I hope that everyone had a very Merry Christmas, and stay tuned for more content to come.